December 27, 2025. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. A perfect offensive machine walks into a ring. Across from him, a slick Mexican technician who's never been broken. One man has 25 knockouts in 28 fights. The other has 32 wins and has never tasted defeat. This isn't a fight prediction. This is a murder mystery where we already know who brought the knife smash that subscribe button, because what you're about to witness is the most dangerous style matchup in boxing right now, and I'm about to tell you exactly how this violence unfolds. Welcome to Knockout Kings Elite, where we don't just watch fights, we predict destinies. Let's talk about the night a monster hunts a king. Okay, let's set the table properly because this isn't your average boxing match. This is Riyadh Seasons Ring V, Night of the Samurai, December 27th, 2025, Mohammed Abdo Arena, under the lights where dreams either get validated or cremated. Walking in as the undisputed super bantamweight champion, Naoya the Monster Inoue, 31 wins, 0 losses, 27 knockouts, 4-division world champion, undisputed at 122 pounds, the man who made Marlon Tapales like a sparring partner, who knocked out Nonito Donaire twice, who turned Luis Neri's lights off so fast the ref didn't even bother counting. This dude doesn't just win fights, he erases people from consciousness with surgical precision wrapped in nightmare fuel. Now across the ring, Alan David El Rey Picasso, 25 years old, 32 wins, 1 draw, 17 knockouts. Trained in Guadalajara, Mexico, where they breed fighters tougher than concrete and slicker than oil. A WBC silver super bantamweight champion with footwork that makes ballerinas jealous and defensive reflexes that have made world-class fighters miss like they're swinging at holograms. Here's the thing about Picasso, he's undefeated for a reason. He's not some hype job built on carefully selected opponents. He's a legitimate technician with rhythm, timing, and that classic Mexican heart that refuses to quit even when common sense is screaming, maybe sit this one out. And this is a big but. He's never fought someone who operates at Inoue's frequency. Nobody has, because Inoue isn't just elite. He's not just world class. He's that final boss in a video game that nobody's figured out how to beat yet. So the question isn't, can Picasso win? The question is, how long does he survive before the monster decides it's feeding time? And I'm about to give you the answer, round by round, punch by punch, with the exact sequence that ends this fight. Buckle up, round 1. The bell rings, the crowd goes silent for half a second, that collective breath-holding moment before chaos. Picasso comes out exactly how his corner wants. Light on his feet, circling left, establishing his jab. He's not trying to trade, he's not getting into firefights, he's playing the matador. Make Inoue chase, make him miss, steal rounds on point, smart game plan. Beautiful footwork, textbook Mexican technical boxing, and for about 30 seconds, it works. Picasso lands a clean jab. Another one, quick 1-2 that snaps Inoue's head back just slightly. The commentators start talking about, oh, Picasso's showing he belongs here. But watch Inoue's face. No emotion, no concern, no adjustment, just watching. That dead calm stare like a shark circling a wounded seal. Every time Picasso jabs, Inoue's downloading data, every pivot, every weight shift, every breathing pattern. It's all going into the monster's internal hard drive. About a minute in, Inoue steps forward with his own jab. Picasso slips it beautifully. Head movement that would make Floyd Mayweather nod in approval. Fires back, a counter left hook. Misses by millimeters. And here's where it gets creepy. Inoue smiles. Not a big smile, just that little smirk. That, okay, so that's what you do when I jab, smile. He just collected information worth more than gold. The rest of round 1 is a chess match played at 90 miles per hour. Picasso's trying to establish rhythm. Inoue's destroying rhythm by being completely unpredictable. Feints a jab, throws nothing, feints again, lands a laser-guided right hand that splits Picasso's guard like Moses parting the Red Sea. Not enough to hurt him, but enough to send a message. I can touch you whenever I want. I'm just choosing not to, yet. By the end of round 1, Picasso's corner is screaming for more lateral movement. Inoue's corner, silent. Because the monster doesn't need advice. He's already 3 steps ahead, and Picasso doesn't even know he's walking into a trap that's been set since the opening bell round 2. This is where the temperature changes. Picasso comes out trying to be aggressive, trying to earn Inoue's respect, trying to make him think twice about walking forward. Opens with a sharp 1-2. Jab, jab, left hook to the body, then upstairs. Clean shots, crisp, technical, the kind that would make 90% of fighters hesitate. Inoue He walks through them like they're raindrops at a picnic, literally absorbs the punches, nods like, yeah, okay, I felt that, and keeps coming. Here's where Picasso starts to feel it. The ring is shrinking. Not literally, but Inoue has this supernatural ability to cut angles like he's got a protractor built into his brain. Picasso tries to circle left. Inoue's already positioned, cutting off the exit. Picasso pivots right. Monster's waiting there like he had the script 3 days ago. It's not rushing, it's not wild aggression, it's calculated stalking, every step measured, every angle closed, every escape route blocked before Picasso even thinks about using it. About 90 seconds into the round, Inoue throws a double feint that's just chef's kiss beautiful. Dips his lead shoulder like he's going to the body. Picasso, being a smart, well-trained fighter, drops his hands half an inch to defend. Boom. Counter right hand lands clean on the temple. Picasso's legs do that little stutter step. Not a knockdown, not even close to stopping him. But that micro reaction, that's the body's way of saying, hey brain, we just got hit by something different. The crowd explodes. Commentators lose their minds in 3 different languages. And Inoue, blank face, like he just completed a routine task on his to-do list. Check temple shot. Moving on. For the next 90 seconds, it's a masterclass in pressure boxing. Inoue's throwing combinations from angles that shouldn't exist in 3-dimensional space. Right hand to the body, pivot, left hook upstairs, jab jab, right straight that Picasso blocks, but you can see the confidence leaking out of him with every exchange. It's not that Picasso's doing anything wrong, it's that Inoue's doing everything right at a level that breaks normal human comprehension. End of round 2. Picasso's corner throws ice water in his face, screaming instructions in rapid-fire Spanish. But everyone watching, from the people in the nosebleeds to the judges at ringside, knows the trap is closing. The monster's just deciding when to spring it. Alright, timeout. Let's rewind and talk about why this fight looks the way it does. Because fighters aren't built in a vacuum. They're products of their environment, their coaches, their culture, and their obsession levels. Naoya Inoue, Ohashi Gym, Yokohama, Japan. 5 a.m. every single morning. While most fighters are posting Instagram motivational quotes, Inoue's running stadium stairs in pitch black darkness. His trainer Hideyuki Ohashi built him on a philosophy. Speed without power is dancing. Power without precision is chaos. But all 3 together, that's perfection. Watch the mitt work. Every punch lands with a snap that sounds like a bullwhip. The accuracy is terrifying, hitting dime-sized targets from angles that violate the laws of physics. He does 12-round sparring sessions where they rotate fresh opponents every 3 rounds because one person can't keep up with his pace. This isn't training, this is building a cyborg with feelings. Now cut to Guadalajara, Mexico, Picasso's camp. Mountain Road runs at altitude that would make Olympic marathoners cry shadowboxing until his shoulders are on fire. Defensive drills with multiple partners, throwing punches from every angle. Mexican boxing culture doesn't breed quitters, it breeds warriors who'd rather get knocked out cold than take a backward step. Picasso's coach whispers to him every day, nobody breaks you, nobody. 2 different philosophies, 2 different worlds. One collision course on December 27th. And here's the kicker. Preparation only reveals itself when pressure arrives. And in round 3, pressure's about to become catastrophic. Round 3. This is where legends are made or myths are shattered. Inoue changes gears. No more study phase, no more data collection. Now it's execution time. He starts switching stances, orthodox to southpaw and back, completely throwing Picasso's timing into a blender. Every punch comes from a different angle. It's like fighting 3 people at once, except all 3 have the same terrifying face. Picasso, credit to his heart, tries to fire back, throws a 3-punch combination out of pure instinct and Mexican pride. Jab, right, left hook. Inoue slips all 3, steps inside like he teleported, and lands an uppercut that snaps Picasso's head back like a Pez dispenser. The crowd is on their feet. You can feel the energy shift in the building, but here's where Inoue's genius shows. He doesn't load up, he doesn't go for the big finish yet. He adjusts his strategy mid-fight like he's recalculating GPS. 45 seconds into the round, Inoue lands the shot that determines this fight's trajectory. A delayed timing right hand to the solar plexus. Not flashy, not a highlight reel moment, but watch Picasso's reaction. His mouth opens involuntarily. That universal sign of, I just got the win, knocked out of my soul. His knees dip slightly. His hands rise to protect the body. That's the moment survival instinct starts overriding the game plan, because body shots don't just hurt, they steal. They steal your breath, your will, your ability to think clearly. Picasso tries to circle out, tries to buy time, but Inoue's already smelling blood now. He walks forward with that eerie calm. No rush, no panic, just methodical destruction. Right hand to the body, left hook upstairs. Another right hand. Picasso's blocking most of them, but the accumulated damage is turning his arms into wet cement. The bell saves him, barely. He walks to his corner on legs that aren't quite obeying commands correctly. His trainer's slapping his face, screaming instructions, throwing ice water like he's trying to put out a fire. But everyone in that arena knows this isn't a question of if anymore. It's when. Round 4. Here's where reality meets prediction, and here's my prediction. This fight doesn't make it past the 4th round. Why? Because Inoue has ended multiple elite fighters in rounds 4 and 5 nonito donaire. 4th round, 2nd fight. Luis Neri, 6th round. Marlon Tapales stopped in the 10th, but was getting dismantled by round 4. The pattern is clear. Inoue spends the first 3 rounds downloading your software, and by round 4, he's found the virus that crashes your entire system. So here's how December 27th ends. The bell rings for round 4. Picasso comes out trying to survive now, not trying to win jab to keep distance. Movement to buy time, clinch when necessary. Noble effort, wrong opponent. About a minute in, Inoue feints low again. Same move from round 3. Picasso, operating on survival autopilot, reacts. Drops his right hand 2 inches to defend the body. And that's when Inoue springs the trap he's been setting since round 1. The short left hook, piston fast, perfectly placed, lands flush on Picasso's jaw like it was guided by GPS. Picasso's eyes go wide, time slows down. You can see the exact moment his consciousness checks out for a business trip. His legs do that little dance. The "my brain just got unplugged" shuffle that every boxing fan recognizes instantly. He stumbles back, gloves up on pure muscle memory, trying to survive on autopilot, but the monster doesn't celebrate, doesn't showboat. He steps forward, calm, professional, respectful, and delivers the finishing blow. Straight right hand down the center, picture perfect. Picasso collapses. Not a dramatic fall, just down, like someone unplugged him from the Matrix. The referee doesn't even count. One look at Picasso's eyes, that 1,000-yard stare into another dimension, and he waves it off immediately. Fight over. Monster victorious, 28-0 with 26 knockouts. Silence for half a second. Then the arena erupts, flashbulbs popping like machine guns, commentators screaming, the Saudi crowd going absolutely ballistic. And Inoue, he bows. That humble, respectful bow that somehow makes him even more terrifying. Because he just ended a man's undefeated streak in 4 rounds, and he's acting like he just completed his morning coffee run. Picasso eventually gets to his feet, pride intact even if consciousness was temporarily rented out to another dimension. He nods at Inoue. That warrior's nod that says, "You're everything they said, and worse." Let's talk about what we just predicted and why it matters. If this fight goes the way I think it will, Naoya Inoue will have just added another body to a highlight reel that's starting to look like a horror film directed by Quentin Tarantino. 28 wins, 26 knockouts, 4 weight classes conquered. Undisputed super bantamweight champion. But here's what separates Inoue from every other knockout artist in boxing. He doesn't rely on one-punch power. He doesn't load up and pray to the boxing gods. He systematically dismantles opponents with surgical precision wrapped in nightmare fuel. Alan Picasso will come into this fight undefeated, 32 wins. Elite defensive skills, legitimate world-class talent. And if my prediction is right, he gets stopped in 4 rounds. Not because he's not good enough, because Inoue operates on a frequency that breaks normal human fighters. This is what happens when talent meets obsession, obsession meets discipline, discipline meets genetic lottery, and genetic lottery meets a coach who knows how to weaponize all of it. You get a fighter who makes world champions look like sparring partners. And here's the scary part. Inoue's only 31 years old. Prime years still ahead, more divisions to conquer, more legends to dethrone, more highlight reel knockouts to collect. The question isn't if he becomes one of the all-time greats. The question is, how many more victims does he collect before retirement? If you felt that impact through your screen, hit that subscribe button right now. Join the Knockout Kings Elite family, where we break down the fights that define boxing history before they happen. Drop a like if you think this prediction is spot on, drop a comment if you think I'm insane and Picasso pulls the upset. Tell me in the comments. Does Picasso make it past round 4? Who should Inoue fight next? Nakatani, Akhmadaliev, or does he move up again and go for a 5th division? And be honest, is there anyone at 122 pounds who can beat this man? Turn on notifications because next week we're breaking down the other mega fights coming in 2025. And trust me, you don't want to miss that. This is Knockout Kings Elite, where every punch tells a story, every knockout writes history, and every video breaks down the beautiful violence that makes boxing the greatest sport on earth. Stay elite, stay hungry, and remember, somewhere out there, the monster's still hunting. Peace.